It's an app on your phone that has completely exploded. It's become one of the most downloaded programs in recent memory, and it's a social media trend like nothing that you've seen in the recent past. It's truly breaking the internet, and it involves posting an older version of yourself through FaceApp, the app that makes it possible. That's what it's called, FaceApp. Celebrities, both national and international, have been posting pictures of themselves using the app, where it allows you to take a picture and transform yourself into something where you look very much older than you are right now. But there are massive concerns about data theft and privacy that have been raised over FaceApp. It's manufactured by a Russian software company, Wireless Lab, which has a clause that gives the firm irrevocable access to use the photos that you upload without any royalty and in perpetuity. The photographs are uploaded onto the app's servers. There are also fears that the app uploads all data to Russian servers, a claim denied by the firm. There is a genuine concern that users' photos can be utilized by these apps to teach its algorithms how people's faces change with age and then perhaps misuse them for accessibility functionality in future apps. I want to go across to Senior Associate Editor Javed Anwar. He's our technology editor at the India Today Group. Javed, FaceApp is everywhere. You know, it's an absolute explosion on social media. Everyone's using it. I used it earlier today as well. But apparently there is a dark side to it. It's not just a fun app, Javed. Tell us the bad news about FaceApp.
Actually, there is a dark side to all of these apps. Whenever we are using any app that demands access to photos or that is asking you to upload a photo somewhere, there is always a risk that the photo can be misused, or whatever information that the app can collect from that photograph can be misused. So primarily, I think there are two concerns here. One is the concern that the photo that you're uploading into this app, FaceApp, is going to be with FaceApp forever, and that they can use that photo as well as they can manipulate that photo in whatever way they want to do. The other major concern here is that they can use these photographs which you're uploading to train its algorithms and machine learning systems to identify people, how they age, and how their faces change, and then they can use this information in creating surveillance networks coupled with the CCTVs here, there, everywhere, and they can kind of again utilize that information to create something that is not such a fun thing as the age filter. It seems very fun. That okay, fine. I mean, let me see how I'm looking after 40 years to how I will look after 40 years, and let me see that. So it's kind of seems like a fun app, but yes, obviously there is a privacy risk with these kind of apps. There is another side to it, and that's there with all such apps actually.
Javed, you know, considering that this app has been downloaded, you know, I suspect millions of times, you know, many of those millions of downloads must be here in India itself, which has, you know, some of the largest numbers of smartphones, you know, across strata. Are we looking at a situation where, you know, these concerns and these warnings that you've just issued are very, very valid, but the fun aspect of the app means that most people are really just disregarding these privacy concerns and saying, you know, the fun aspect is too irresistible and I'm going to ignore all the, you know, the dark things that are possibly implications here.
See, basically this is what happens. So you talked about millions of people downloading this app. We actually have a number, around over 150 million people have used this app until now. And no doubt millions of them are from India. The problem here is this, that the way these apps have been designed, they are designed to play on the psychology of their users.
Yes.
The way they exploit the vanity, or they exploit that the fact that we are craving some of the attention or some of the fun all the time.
Very true.
So they exploit that fact to gather some of the data which they won't exactly disclose how they are going to use, but they can use it in so many different ways. They can use it to target advertisements. They can use it for surveillance. They can use that data to train their algorithms or make their machine learning systems better, which they can then sell to, say, governments or some other companies. So, I mean, it's not costing us anything right now, and we are getting that fun out of it. But in return, we are giving these companies some very valuable data, which they can use in so many different ways. That is the reason why the terms and conditions clearly says that whatever photo you upload,
Yes.
the app reserves right to use it in whatever way it deems fit.
Yeah, so the fine print, basically the fine print is the scary stuff. Javed, stay with me. I also have with me Pavan Dugal, one of India's best-known cyber law and cyber experts. Mr. Dugal, welcome. I'm sure FaceApp is something that you've been, reading about and also thinking about in your line of work for the last couple of weeks. What is your reading of it, Mr. Dugal, about FaceApp? What kind of implications do you see? Because clearly there is a dark side to this app as far as privacy is concerned.
FaceApp as an app has got some fundamental problem areas to address. These problem areas come in the buckets of cybersecurity, privacy, data protection, and personal rights.
Right.
First and foremost, it's one of those rare apps which tells up in its terms and conditions that, hey guys, we are not guaranteeing the cyber security of your data. So we are unsecure. If you are happy with us, take our service on an as-is, where-is basis. So that's the first big stuff that comes in their terms and conditions. Second, it is actually gone ahead and piggy riding on the sensitive data, the personally identifiable data of people, because its terms and conditions clearly cut all your hands and put them on the table. They clearly say that you are giving the company a perpetual 99-year-old license, which is royalty-free, to go ahead and not just use your photograph and all your data, but also to monetize it. Number three, they don't seem to have any specific respect for your privacy.
Right.
So if you are not caring about your privacy, maybe you need to jump in. But in case if you want to salvage whatever limited remains of your privacy, then I think FaceApp is definitely not the place to be in. And finally, I think it's a big issue on data protection that it's not appropriately addressing. Kindly understand, this app is on for the last about 2.5 years. It's being run by a Russian company. We still don't know where the data is going, where is it being saved, how is it being retained, who is accessing it, whether they are even complying with the European Union's general data protection regulation or not. So that's why the calls in the last couple of days in America to go ahead for all Americans to ban and get out of FaceApp assumed a lot of significance. But unfortunately, in India, people are basking more in their vanity rather than understanding the long-term ramifications, because if they use this kind of an app, you should be prepared that you could become a victim of a cybercrime or a cybersecurity breach in the coming times.
Mr. Dugal, considering the number of times the app has already been downloaded, before people have even been wizened up over these, these risks and these, the possibility of future violations of privacy and data protection, etc. Do you think it's already too late? The app might get banned now, but from an expert's perspective, what do you think? You think all the data that they've already harvested in these last year or so that the app has been out, you think it's already maybe too late?
Obviously, it's too late for people who have jumped into the fire because they've already given their data.
Yes.
And there's no way they will be able to get the data back. Also, though the service does have a delete option, but we don't know. And they've also said that we are at a very big backlog. We don't know when we will respond back to you. So these are nothing but empty words. So whatever the data that you've lost is okay, fine. But there's an old Indian saying that the moment you wake up, take that particular point at that moment to be the morning of your day. So I think we need to really wake up and not be part just because the herd is talking about it, just because celebrities have begun talking about it. I think celebrities are going to be far more fertile victims because of the kind of stuff that they are posting out. So yes, I believe it's been late, but still for people who have not yet jumped into the well of fire, it's important to sensitize them, and banning these apps won't help. This app is available in India, but it shows no sign of how it's complying with the Indian law. Also, the Indian law is completely, relatively very weak because we don't have a data protection law, we don't have a privacy law, there are no specific guidelines for mobile applications. So all said and done, in a toothless wonder legislative framework that India currently has, I don't think this app is going to be even bothered about the legal frameworks in India. So sensitization and capacity building amongst users has to be the de facto first option as we move forward.